for our opening prayer and pledge.
Father in heaven, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and our hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Hancock County Commission Thursday, January 31st, 2:30 p.m. to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. President, all commissioners are present today.
First order of business would be the minutes from January 10th. Move to approve. Questions? All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 3-0. There's no government agencies present. Correspondence. Fred McDonald, who is seated here, is requesting a letter of support to apply for the fiscal year 2020 Community Corrections Grant. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Would you like to say anything on that, Mr. McDonald?
I thought I'd come up today, just in case you had any questions. There were two requests. One was a letter of the support, and the second one is just a form to fill out about the number of appointees from each county to the board.
Okay.
And I would, on a side note with this, I just wanted to let the commission know and the sheriff that it looks like at the end of June, one of the home incarceration officers will be retiring. So if you know of anybody who might be interested, we'll be posting it in the paper. But, you know, I administer the program on your behalf, so I wanted would welcome your input if you know of anybody who might be interested. The same from the sheriff.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions on the letter of support? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. And the other half of that is requesting approval of a Community Criminal Justice Board membership agreement.
Move to approve.
Okay. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Lawrenceville Volunteer Fire Department. Jeremy, do you want to speak on this, or do you want me to?
Doesn't matter. You know, what happened is we had some equipment, SCBA air bottles and our turnout gear that needed replaced. They passed their 15-year life cycle. And so we did a lease purchase agreement, and in order to meet the IRS codes, it just needs approval through the commission.
Okay. So we'll do this in two parts also. Number one is requesting approval of an agreement to finance equipment consisting of SCBA bottles and turnout gear in accordance with the Internal Revenue Guidelines.
Move to approve.
Any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. And then a motion for approval of a lease purchase agreement recognition letter for the same said. Is there a motion to approve the purchase agreement?
So move.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Carol Shearbaum, WVU Extension Agent, Hancock County, requesting approval to transfer Autumn Moninger from the animal shelter to the West Virginia University Extension Office as the part-time 4-H and Youth Program Assistant beginning February 11th, 2019.
Move to approve.
Questions? It's pretty self-explanatory, correct?
Yes, we posted
Okay.
the position, we had several resumes, we interviewed three candidates, and Autumn is the one that we're putting forward.
Okay.
She is a fully vetted volunteer already through WVU Extension Service, which means she's had an employment background check with us within the last couple of years. She's had a lot of training in the areas of harassment and discrimination prevention, child protection, and she served on our camp staff for the last couple of years and is still an active volunteer.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. We have a request to approve the resignation of James Harvey from the Hancock County Parks and Recreation Board as a result of moving out of the county districts effective February 7th, 2019. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Any questions?
Just like to comment, Jim was a real asset to the park board. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, Mr. President, he is moving out of the district and will no longer be able to serve on the board, but he was truly an asset to the park board. I thank him for his service.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. We don't have this on the agenda, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an agenda item, but the commissioners on January 10th, 11th, 12th, no, 13, 14, 15. We were down in Charleston for a workshop, and we had the opportunity to meet with the transportation directors on the road bond issue, particularly through Route 2 through New Cumberland. Just some of the dialogue out of that was, and I'm going to use the term, supposedly $8 million of the $19 million has already been spent in Hancock County of the road bond money. Where? We know the slip on Kings Creek was filled in, and they did a little bit of paving at the south end of Knoll to Aragon. And there's $11 million balance, and that money really isn't, from what we gathered, isn't assigned. The Route 2 project is still on the board. There's no concrete route selected in that. We let them know what we felt. They have told us that there is a meeting scheduled sometime in March. There's no definitive date. Delegate Schwartzmiller has asked for a printout of where the $8 million was spent in Hancock County from the road money bond issue. And as of yesterday afternoon, he hadn't received anything back from the Department of Highways. So that was a little update of our meeting with the DOH. If you guys would like to add anything, feel free to.
I just want to thank our delegates and also Senator Weld that also showed up for that to represent us.
Dr. Ehlenfeld.
Senator Ehlenfeld.
Senator
Sorry
Weld
about
was a
that.
no-show.
He was not a no-show. But thank them for taking their time and to meet with us there and help us to try to make some progress here in Hancock County with those funds.
Mr. Davis?
You pretty much said it all. Sit and wait right now. I believe that meeting that they are telling us will take place in March was supposed to happen in this past fall.
Right.
So we'll see if this dog and pony show continues.
Yes. Okay. Tabled items. I'll entertain a motion to remove from the table the general county budget revision.
Move to take it off the table.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Karen, consideration of the general county budget revision number 3, fiscal 18-19.
Yes, sir. There were just some changes in revenues and expenditures to make adjustments for. So this is about a $96,500 revision.
Okay. And that's just a normal revision at that time of year,
Yes, sir.
correct? Correct.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the budget revision?
So move.
Any further questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. New business. Consideration to appoint an individual to the Resource Conservation and Development Board. I believe we had one applicant.
Move to approve Ed Huff for that position.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Consideration to re-advertise for an opening on the Northern Panhandle Home Consortium Council on the county website.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 3, consideration to re-advertise for a technical advisory committee representative to the Brooke Hancock Jefferson Planning Commission on the county website.
Move to approve.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration to re-advertise for a community at-large representative to the Brooke Hancock Jefferson Planning Commission on the county website.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration to re-advertise for an opening on the Northern Panhandle Community Criminal Justice Board on the county website.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Consideration to advertise for an open position on the Hancock County Parks and Recreation Board on the county website.
Move to approve.
Questions? This is the fill the vacancy just created by Mr. Harvey.
Does that have to be from a certain district?
We have to have a representative, at least one representative from each district.
So the other districts are filled.
Yeah, they're all filled, so I believe this person could be from any of the districts.
Any other? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration of a resolution to enter into contractual agreement with the Division of Justice and Community Services for the West Virginia Justice Assistant Grant Program for the fiscal year 18-19. This is the Prevention Resource Officers.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
I do have a question, Mr. President.
Yes.
This particular, and the sheriff can answer, it, this is the one that we'll see the reduction in
Yes, sir.
grant money this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is the time of year we start applying for all those grants, and we've already been notified that that particular grant's been cut a little bit more than half.
Okay.
We're also received information that there's a good possibility that these monies will be freed up more so next year, so we might actually see it come back up.
Yeah.
But over a period of the last 20 years, it has dropped off down to where we're at now.
Okay.
With about 15,000,
Okay. Thank you.
which goes to salaries.
Right.
2 officers. One at Weir High and one at Oakland.
And the portion for Weir High will be sent to the city of Weir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
I had those numbers wrote down. That's about an $11,000 loss for our county. You still have them there, Mr. Davis?
On just that one grant.
Just that grant, it was a 10-5 loss to the county.
For that particular grant, yes, you're correct.
Okay. So with that said, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. And then the consideration of a resolution to enter into a contractual agreement with the Division of Justice and Community Services for the West Virginia Justice Assistant Grant Program for fiscal year 18-19. This is the Drug Task Force.
Move to approve.
And this falls under the same thing as Sheriff Fletcher was saying, that our grants, that grant was also reduced, which is costing Hancock County
We'll reduce by 55.
Yeah. $5,500 to $5,700. For an overall loss of $11,000, $17,000 about.
If I may add, I think some right around the whole state of West Virginia lost about $135,000 in these 2
programs.
So it's just not a reduction of our particular, it's a
It's all
reduction
counties.
across the board for all the law enforcement agencies and PROs, et cetera, drug task force in the state.
Where we need the money the most.
Exactly. Safety of children.
One of the areas we need the money the most.
Safety of children, I'd
Yes.
say the most,
Yes.
and our epidemic.
So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Under the dog warden, consideration of approval of the December 2018 animal shelter report and the December 2018 animal shelter expenses, and those are in your packets.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Technology and communications. Mr. Vitus, you want to explain this first one?
We were given a chance to apply through Department of Agriculture for a West Virginia spay and neuter grant. It used to only be open to 501(c)(3)s and stuff, but they've opened it up to counties and stuff now. So after working with Nicole at the shelter, we've got numbers together to apply for $10,000 to spay and neuter animals for low-income families to help us with our shelter costs for spay and neuters, and hopefully to set up some feral cat trap and release programs to get some of the cat colonies in the county at a stable size.
Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
To elaborate, Mr. Vitus, you could share with us the numbers that we'd be able to anticipate if we were to receive the full grant, how many cats and dogs we'd be able to spare or neuter.
Or the money that we're asking for, since it's a 50-50 match, should take care of close to 300 cats and hopefully 20 dogs on a spay and neuter side, 10 a day.
Thank you.
Rephrase that, Paul. So is there a motion to approve to apply for the 2019 West Virginia Spay Neuter Grant Program through the West Virginia Department of Agriculture?
Move to approve.
Any further questions or comments? I do have one. That spay and neuter has to be done through a West Virginia vet.
Yes.
So Nicole has talked to the local vet, and he's
Chester Hamlin,
well
yes.
aware of the fact that, we want him to participate in this. He does do a lot of our neutering, but he doesn't do it all.
And what we're hoping to get is sometime during spring and summer or fall is 2 reduced cost spay and neuter clinics set up, and then set up the trap and neuter program to get some ferals taken care of.
Anything else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration of approval to hire Rachel Trito and Tina Fluharty as part-time dispatchers effective February 1, 2019.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Sheriff's Department. Consideration of approval to purchase 4 new cruisers and equipment to outfit each cruiser. I'm going to ask if we can table this. Spoke to the sheriff, and there is a presentation that the commission would like to hear, and Sheriff Fletcher is going to attempt to set that up sometime before our next meeting. So
So I move to table that until we hear from the sheriff on the meeting with those.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we'll table the approval, we'll table the purchase of 4 new cruisers until further notice. Is that okay with you, Sheriff? It is not.
Just to remind you that we did pretty close to the same thing about 6 months ago. And looking for your support.
Okay. Finance, exoneration orders.
Move to approve.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 3-0. General county bills, we'll have to vote them separate?
Yes,
Karen?
sir.
Okay, would you like to do the single first?
Yes, please. We have travel for Mr. Cowie, $237.68.
Is there a motion to approve the travel of Commissioner Cowan?
So moved.
Okay, no further call. Those in favor?
Aye.
You recuse? Okay, motion carries 2-0 with one recusal. The rest of the bills?
Sorry, general county is $137,432.03. P-card payment for all funds, $78,406.90. And December expenditures, all funds, $1,330,155.03.
Is there a motion to pay the bills?
I move to pay the bills.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Animal shelter levy funded bills and requisitions.
They're okay to pay.
Motion approved.
Move to approve. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Library levy fund bills and requisitions.
They are okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. And the sheltered workshop levy fund and bill requisitions.
They are okay to pay as well.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have no callers today. And for the good of the order, Karen.
We're approaching budget season, so the elected officials will be receiving their packets tomorrow with as much information as I have to date to get started on budgeting for the 1920 fiscal year.
Nothing today.
Nothing, Mike?
Nothing.
Mr. Vitus?
And this is probably called, get my name in the paper, but while doing that grant, I was able to ascertain that during 2018, we took in 1,599 animals, various types, rabbits and birds and everything else at the shelter. And at this point in time, and throughout the year, there was never a waiting list. We took in every animal that was brought out. So, to give Director Falusis a pat on the back for the work they do out there.
Thank you. Mr. Alonji? Tracy?
I just want to thank you for the hiring of the 2 part-time dispatchers, so that's getting us back up to almost our working level, so that's very good for dispatch, so thank you very much.
Carol?
And I'm just gonna say thank you for Autumn. We are looking forward to having her with us.
Jeremy?
I don't have anything to that.
Nothing? Is it cold out?
Cold.
Maybe it's cold outside.
Sheriff Fletcher?
You skipped.
I skipped you.
I think
Always good before me.
I think it's the outfit.
That is it.
The first one.
All right, we'll reverse. Mr. Wright?
This coming Monday, 9 o'clock, we have the criminal trial scheduled in courtroom 1. Now, what's going to be a little different about this is we're bringing 60 prospective jurors in. So where I'm going to put them all down there, I don't know, but that's what the prosecutor's office has asked for. And we'll weed that down and eventually come up with our 12, and then it'll smooth out from there. But they anticipate this trial will probably go 3 or 4 days, so there'll be extra people around here for most of the week.
Be a good day to charge for parking.
I'm thinking about taking the week off.
Sheriff Fletcher?
I have nothing today.
That's why you passed on. Clerk's office? We have nothing. Okay. Commissioner Cowie?
Nothing at this time.
Commissioner Davis?
Nothing? Thank you.
I have one thing. The cold weather, there are people that get to stay home. There are kids that get to stay home. There are people that have to go to work. Some get to go to work inside. Some have to work outside. So I would like to applaud our sheriff's department and our firemen and our rescue squad people, News 9 reporters, for what you've done the last 2 days. I understand yesterday was a little bit tough day on the road, but you guys were up to the task and answered all the calls. And
Busy.
yes, so I think you deserve a big thank you for that.
I relaxed their dress code during this period of time too, by the way.
Okay.
I didn't what they look like when they had a badge hanging out somewhere.
All right, our next meeting is Valentine's Day, February 14th, and our secretary has informed me that she would like us to wear pink or red. So, we're gonna see how many people come to the next meeting in pink or red. And a little bit ahead, the courthouse will be closed February 18th for President's Day. Without anything further to come before the commission, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.